Hello everyone! In this video, I'm going to be making some natural room scents for my home. I got this idea from a website whose link I'm going to put in the description box, so I just want to stress that this is not my own idea, but I found this link and I tried it and I really loved it, and I thought that I would do a video and show it to you as well. These are great because they really do scent your house beautifully, but they are completely natural. No harmful chemicals, nothing like that, just natural ingredients. And these are really great, especially now that it's spring and I have a dog and it's very muddy outside, muddy and wet. And whenever I come in, I need to wash his paws, and that means that my house smells like wet dog most of the day, which is really annoying. And then of course I need to vacuum almost every day because all the mud and sand gets inside. So then there's the added smell of the vacuum, since I don't put any chemicals in my vacuum, so it doesn't smell good. So these have been wonderful. I've been making them a couple of times and I just love them. And from the link that you see in the description box, you can see different recipes. I think there's 5 of them, but I'm going to show you one that I'm going to be doing now. And this is actually a recipe that I've come up with myself based on these recipes from this website. Now I'm not going to use all of this what I have here, but I'm just going to show you these are some of my favorite ingredients to make these scents with. I've got lemons and limes, and I've got 2 different herbs. This one is rosemary and this one is thyme. So those herbs, and then I also have some vanilla here and also some peppermint, and these are just from the baking aisle. If you want to be completely natural, you can always buy mint, because you know mint is a herb. You can buy mint, and you can also get one of those like vanilla pods, but I figured out that this is cheaper and easier to just buy these little bottles with the aromas. So let me start off this recipe that, like I said, I've come up with myself. So I'm going to be using these lemons in this recipe, and I'm actually only going to be using one of them, so I don't need 2. But what I'm going to do is just slice it up. You don't have to peel it or anything. Actually, the peel is where a lot of the aromas are. So absolutely do not throw the peel away. So I'm just peeling it like this. Oops, taking that little sticker away. They often have these stickers. And then I'm going to be using some of the thyme here. So putting the rosemary away a bit. And I like to use quite a lot of these herbs because I've noticed that often they do not smell a lot if you don't put quite a bit of them. So just let me take a pair of scissors here, so it's easier to get this stuff. And I think I'm going to be putting about 4 like, I don't know what you call them. Are they stems or something? But there's like 3 and 1 more stems or sprigs, so whatever you call them, I'm sure you know. So there's quite a bit of that right now, but I just like it so that it gives nice enough smell. So those, and then I'm going to be adding both vanilla and peppermint. But I need to do a little bit of moving around here so that I can show you where I'm going to be putting these into. So just a sec. So what I have here now is simply a pot that has some water in it, and I've turned the heat on. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to be putting this stuff in the water. So you just need some water in there, nothing else. And I'm going to be putting these into the water. Here's my lemon. Doesn't it look beautiful? And here are my herbs. Just put everything in there from my plate. There we go. And I always have something that I can use to mix this, and I think I'm going to have to add maybe a little bit more water, but right now I'm just pushing these thyme stems underneath the water. And then I'm going to be adding a little bit of peppermint and vanilla. And I'm going to be adding a teaspoon of both. So here goes the peppermint. There we go. And next let's put the vanilla. I really do like to add vanilla because it gives such a beautiful warm aroma with it, so definitely worth adding the vanilla, unless you hate that smell, of course. Now what we are going to do here is just let this kind of warm up until it's simmering. I'm just gonna mix it just a little bit so that the peppermint and vanilla kind of get mixed in there. There we go. So it's going to take a while now for this to warm up and start simmering. Remember, it's not supposed to be boiling like madly. It's just supposed to be simmering. And when it starts simmering, it's going to start giving the aroma into your apartment. So I'm going to wait a while and then I'm going to come back when this is simmering. So here is my natural room scent, bubbling away beautifully on low simmer on my stove. And this is simply what it is. You just let it simmer there for a while and it will start giving the scent into your house or your apartment. You need to keep adding a bit of water into this though occasionally so that it won't burn. And once you've gotten your apartment or your house all scented, don't throw it away. Let it cool and put it in a container and put it in your fridge, and you can reuse it within a few days. I wouldn't keep it in my fridge for longer than maybe five days, but within a few days you can definitely reuse it, and you can sort of like revitalize it by adding more fresh herbs into it if you want to. But definitely this is reusable, at least maybe two, 3 times this concoction here. I really love this idea because I've noticed that for me, I think I've mentioned a couple of times that I have asthma, so I think that this is a great way to scent your house, to make it really smell fresh. I hate chemicals that smell, to me they just smell so artificial. But this smells natural and it's not too overpowering. And also what I've noticed, especially with the lemons, is that they kind of clear up my sinuses. You know, when this has been bubbling on for like an hour, I can definitely see my sinuses clearing up. So that's a bonus. There are more recipes on the website that I've linked in the description box, so you can go there and check them out. I think that, for example, for Christmas time, scents that have orange and cinnamon and stuff like that would be really great. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope you try this at home. Let me know how it went. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful scented day. Bye!